everyone, my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to give you my TBR for the Booklist, Backlist Readathon. So if you have not heard of this readathon, this is a readathon put on by Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand and Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library. And you guys, I love them. I am obsessed with them, and they are kind of like in a friend group with Krista from Books and Jams and Amanda from The Curly Reader, and they remind me of my friends, and I just love all four of them. But this is just Sarah and Lindsay's readathon because every Thursday they do a book list. So it's book list Thursday. Every Thursday they come to you with things like top 5, this, that, the other, or they do 5-star predictions. It's just so good. I love them all and could not recommend them enough. So I am about a month behind in videos, maybe 3 weeks by now, but I am uber behind in videos. And I literally just saw the video announcing this readathon, and it starts tomorrow, April 11th. So, starts tomorrow, and I just threw together a quick TBR because I have got to participate and support these ladies because this is the first time ever that they have done a book list readathon. So let's just get into it. It's a 1 week, I think, readathon, and it's got 5 prompts. So let's just get into it. So the first one is read a backlist book by your favorite author. So I'm going to be reading Necessary Lies by Diane Chamberlain. So this one, Diane Chamberlain, she can do no wrong. Honestly, I have loved, one of my favorite books of all times is The Dream Daughter, and by her. And I just love everything she writes. She writes, I would say, hard-hitting women's fiction. Well, I don't know, or kind of family dramas, or what. Let me just tell you what this one's about, and it'll probably give you a little taste of the things she writes. So this is 50 years ago, and there's this girl. She's a teenager, I believe, and her parents die and leave her to take care of her aging grandmother, her sister, her older sister, who struggles with her mental health and has a young son. So she has to take care of her grandma, her sister, her nephew, and then herself. She has epilepsy, so she has her own things going on that, I don't know. I mean, that sounds really overwhelming to me. But so she's just barely keeping her head above water. And then there's also the storyline of a social worker new to this town who finds out about these women and I think really wants to help. But there's also a lot of secrets on their farm that may stop her from helping. I don't really know. I don't want to know a whole lot more than that. Obviously, there's necessary lies. This girl just trying to survive. So, I cannot wait to read this. This one I actually just hauled. Well, I'm going to haul in a future video, but I'm going to read it right now. The next prompt is a backlist book that has been collecting dust. So I literally just hauled that Diane Chamberlain one, but this one I've had for a while. So I'm going to be doing The Survivors Club by Lisa Gardner. So Lisa Gardner writes a lot of thrillers, and she's very, very, very prolific. And I have liked some of hers and not liked some of hers. So this one, and this one is kind of one of those tall mass markets. And I just am not a fan of the mass market format. I don't know why. They feel really daunting, even though this one is pretty long. This one's, oh geez, this one's over 500 pages. So it is pretty long, but they, feel very daunting. However, I do have a copy of this on audio, so that will definitely help. But this is about 3 women who were all victims of a rapist. He, I think, would rape and murder people, but they all survived. So they choose not to refer to themselves as victims, but as survivors. And now their rapist has died, and they are all not hiding their excitement about it because, there's finally justice in their eyes, I guess. And they know he was killed by a hired killer, but who hired the hired killer? So they are obviously prime suspects. But there's also somebody coming after them trying to finish the job since they all survived. Whoever this is does not want them to survive. So I feel like it's going to be really twisty, really intense, and I don't really know. I am hoping for some female power. I don't know. This one has been on there forever because, like I said, Lisa Gardner is kind of hit and miss for me, and this one's such a chunker, but I'm hoping I'm going to love it. Next is read a backlist book that has this randomly generated color. So they went online, I think, and did a color generator and got this bright pink color. So The Hot Flash Club by Nancy Thayer. This one is the synopsis is pretty brief. I think it's 4 women one, two, three, four. Yeah, four women that are just kind of coming of age, like in this like empty nester stage, trying to rediscover themselves, who they are, all that kind of stuff. I really love these kind of books occasionally, especially now that like I'm in my 30s, so I'm not like in the hot flash age stage yet, but I like reading about like more mature women. And so I think that'll definitely be this. It's got that color all over it. And so, yeah, I'm also picking books that I can double up if I need to. So the next prompt, well, not the next prompt, but this one fits another prompt because another prompt is scripted title, like so that scripty font. So if I need to double up, I can. But a 5-star prediction. So you guys know 5 stars are really hard to come by for me. Like, I just don't give very much stuff 5 stars. So I could say the Diane Chamberlain because I've definitely given her 5 stars. But what I'm going to say instead is one that I don't own physically, but it is Gabrielle Union's We're Gonna Need More Wine. So this book I just heard about on Chapter and Converse. Her Audrey from Chapter and Converse. She was just talking about this book, and it's a memoir from Gabrielle Union, just talking about life. And I don't really know that much about Gabrielle Union, and sometimes like just hearing a woman's perspective, especially on like life as a woman in the limelight, I cannot fathom. I cannot fathom the insecurities and all that kind of stuff, and just how hard it would be, honestly. Like, they've got a very glamorous life, but there's a lot of hard stuff that comes with being in the limelight, and I would not want it at all. So I'm really excited to see that. And memoirs are the one exception. I do give a ton of 5 stars in memoirs just because I think, especially if it's a vulnerable memoir, I think that would be really hard for me to like lay it all out there for the world to see. And if I like learn about it or feel like sisterhood with her, I will probably give it a 5 star. So that's my 5-star prediction. And then the last one is, like I said, read a backlist that has like scripted font instead of just like straightforward font. So this one counts, obviously, the Hot Flash Club. Or this one, Playing Hurt by Holly Schindler. So this is a YA, and obviously Playing is scripted. Hurt is not in this copy, but other copies I've seen have like a rainbow and the whole thing is scripted. So I'm counting it. This is a YA like romance, and I just figured it would be good to kind of like, I've got like Diane Chamberlain, which is kind of hard-hitting historical in this case. Survivors Club, kind of a thriller. Hot Flash Club, like older ladies, women's fiction. Memoir, and then I figured throw in a YA romance. So this one is about a young girl who she was like the high school basketball star in her town or whatever. Like, she was just awesome at basketball. She was a star. She was an athlete. I love reading about female athletes. And then it's also about a boy or a guy who was also the high school star in his town for hockey, different towns. And both of them get injured, and it's like a career-ending injury. And so they both have to figure out, like, who am I outside of this sport? What does real life look like for me? And they meet, I think, like at a Minnesota lake resort or something. So this will definitely give summer vibes, as well as I just am fascinated by that because I also was an athlete when I was younger. And now I've got kids, and I mean, I still work out and stuff, but like athletics and my body and all that kind of stuff are not my priority. And honestly, it's an adjustment when like you spend so much of your life and your time in your sport or like in your athletic pursuit. And then all of that changes either by choice or, like in their case, not by choice. It's really hard to figure out. And like, especially as an athlete, dealing with like a physical injury is so hard. Like, the times when I've been injured and not able to move are just so hard. And so figuring out how they navigate that at 18 years old or however old they are, I think is going to be really interesting. And they both have put up a lot of walls to like protect themselves from getting hurt emotionally, like they were hurt when their sport was taken away. So, I imagine they're going to be pretty guarded. This is not even quite 300 pages, so I hope it's developed enough. But regardless, I'm excited to read it and either move it to my red shelf or get it off my shelf. So 5 books that I plan to read. Like I said, if I need to double up, I can because my reading has not been speedy lately. But I'm really excited. I think this readathon comes at the perfect time. I really love readathons to like guide myself. So thanks guys for doing this, and let me know if you're going to participate. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Obviously they're all older books, so let me know if you have any feedback, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.